Hey everyone, I wanted to do a video for you today on how to create an editable PDF using Google Slides. Okay, so you might have a PDF document for students that they can print and write on, and I want to show you that there's a way that you can turn that into an editable document right on Google Slides, which will live in Drive, and you can assign it in Classroom or hand it out to them however you want. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is create a new Google Slides document for the PDF, and then you want to set up the page to match the shape of the PDF. So the PDF that I'm working with today is an 8.5 by 11. I am going to go to File, Page Setup, and I'm going to change my page setup from widescreen 16.9 to custom. So I'm going to change it to 8.5 by 11. And then I'm going to change the layout of this slide to be blank. So I don't need any text boxes. I don't need any themes or anything. So I'm just going to close that up. I'm going to give this my title. Then I'm going to open up my PDF. So open up your PDF wherever it's saved. Mine happens to be in downloads. I'm going to open it up. All right. What I need to do now is export my PDF as a JPEG. So I'm going to go up to the File menu. I'm going to click Export, and I'm going to change the format of this document from a PDF to a JPEG. Now, just FYI, nothing happens to the PDF. I'm just exporting a JPEG of it. It's like a copy of it. Okay, so I have JPEG. JPEG is the file format for images on the web. I'm sure you've seen that before. The quality here is a slider. It's usually around 3/4 of the way. Whatever the default is set to is usually fine, and the resolution is usually set to 300, and that is also fine. It is going to export as the same file name, and it's going to save to my desktop. Okay, so I'm just going to click Save. I'm going to close it. Nothing happens. And then what I want to do is take that JPEG and insert it as a background image onto my Google Slides. So I'm going to go to Background, and I'm going to choose Image. I'm going to browse for the file on my desktop that I just saved, called TFK Fax. There it is, JPEG image. I'm going to click Open, and then you will see that it's now on my slides when I click Done as a background image. Now, the reason you put it on your slides as a background image is so that students can't move it around, right? You want them to write on it, not move the original document around anywhere. Okay, so what you would do here before you hand it out to students is you would create places for them to type. So you would add text boxes where you want them to type. So you would just click up here on the text box, say I want them to put an answer here. I'm going to make a text box for them here. And you can even write in here for them. You can start typing so they know where to type, like type here or answer here or something like that. So you're going to want to add a text box to this document wherever you want your students to type. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, and I'm actually going to paste it in the rest of these spots so you can see what that will look like. All right, so they can type their answers in each of those boxes. And then right here, it says, how credible is the source? Circle 1. So what I could do is I could put a circle on my paper, and then they can just drag it over to the right answer, just like that. Reminder, when you add a circle onto your slides, it may be filled in with a color. So I'm going to change it to transparent, and I'm going to make the line of the circle, I'll make it red, and I'll make it a little thicker so that you can see it. Right, so you would maybe put in your directions, drag the circle to the right answer. And then I'm going to add one more text box down here so they can explain like it's asking them to right here. And it's okay if it doesn't match up with the lines. They'll get the point of how you want them to answer it. Okay, I can even put it there. I could even put it like underneath the explain here so it makes a little more room. Okay, then I could distribute it to students via Google Classroom. That is how you take a PDF and you put it into slides so that students can type on it. And don't forget the name and the date. If you want them to type in the name and the date, then you would put the text boxes up there too. Okay, I hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know.